Hi, hello. How you doing out there, Albany? Happy holidays to you. Want to welcome you to today's edition of Activate Albany, presented to you by the City of Albany's Department of Recreation. My name is Ron. I will be your guide through this practice today. I want to thank you for taking the time out to come to your mat, get a little physical fitness in, a little bit of exercise. And remember, before you do any type of exercise, always try to warm up properly. Make sure you're doing some things to get the heart rate going, get the blood pumping, make sure that the area around you is safe and convenient for you to work out in so that you can actually do your exercises without bumping into things or risking injury to yourself. And you always want to make sure that you consult your physician before you do any type of continuously exercise regimen. Okay, so that being said, we're gonna get started. Now remember, everything I give you is just a suggestion, just a guide. You can ramp it up if you choose. You can modify it down if you choose. I will be teaching modifications. I'll be taking you through that process. Those of you who are used to working out and are used to practicing yoga, feel free to raise up your practice to whatever degree you feel comfortable with. Make sure you're moving at your own pace, regardless of the count that I get. Okay, so today we're going to work on our core. A lot of times when people think core, they think just the abs, right? But the core, if you think about the core of an apple, it runs throughout the entire portion of that apple. So in our case, as human beings, our core is actually from our shoulder girdle to our hip girdle. So we're going to do a couple of moves that's going to open us up in these areas. It's going to get us a little bit more flexibility, get some of the synovial fluid moving in the joints, and hopefully it'll be something that you can continually to do and maintain on your own. And this is just a little practice for you to get into. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to start lying down on our backs. Oh gosh, Joe, it is cold down here, man. Okay, lay on your back, bend your knees. Feet can be spread as wide as your mat, or you can bring them a little closer to line up the ankles with the knees and the hips. And just to get started, we're going to bring our knees together, spread our feet out, take our hands, kind of just tuck them behind the head a little bit. And then from here, we're just going to start to do just a little ab inflection. So just kind of simply roll the shoulders up off the mat. You keep your elbows spread wide, and then just lower them down. And we're going to do this a few times for a count of 20. So, are we ready? Here we go. 1, 2, make sure you're breathing. 3, 4, 5, 6, and again, use your own count. 7. If you want to go slower, 8, or faster, 9, 10, 1, 2, make sure you're inhaling in. 3, exhaling out. 4, 5, as you come up on the exhale. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Now, you can sit back down. All right. And just to loosen up the legs a little bit, you're going to take your right knee, bring it into your chest, extend your left leg out long, bring the right knee in towards the shoulder, give it a nice squeeze, do the little circles, a couple of rotations in there. You could do big circles, you could do little circles, okay? And then once you've worked it out enough in one direction, start moving in the opposite direction. You're really trying to bypass the rib cage, try to get that knee as close to that shoulder as possible. Again, getting into that hip girdle, that hip joint, loosening up that synovial fluid. And when you feel like you've done enough there, you're going to take your left hand, bring that knee back into center. Take the left hand, place it on the outside of the right knee, extend that right arm out long, and pull. Just gently bring that left knee to the right knee, to the left side of the body. You can continue to gaze upward, or you can glance over your right shoulder or your left shoulder, whichever is good for your neck. Now, if you suffer from something like sciatica, this is a great way to loosen up that lower back, which is also part of the core, right? So you're loosening up, you're creating space in the lumbar region of the spine, which is typically where the sciatic nerve tends to affect the body. And you should do a couple of breaths here. And then you're going to release. Bring that right foot down. Bring that left leg in to meet it. Bring the left knee in. Extend the right leg long. Bring the left knee to the outside, bypassing the rib cage on the left side. Trying to get that left knee to that left shoulder. And then just start again with your circles on this side. So you're going in one direction. You're going in the other direction. And then when you're done there, go the opposite way. Now remember, you're just loosening up the joint right now, okay? Because we're going to lift these legs up shortly. We're going to bring that left knee back in. Right hand goes to the outside of the left knee. Extend the left arm long. Bring the left knee over to the right side of the body. Try to stack the hips on top of each other if you can. You'll feel that twist. And while you're doing this, you're pulling in your core. You're pulling in your lower abs, creating space, pulling in your middle abs, your obliques. You should feel that nice stretch down the sides of the body, get it into those oblique muscles, as well as, again, the lower region of the back. And again, you can look over your left shoulder, gaze upward, look to the right, whatever you're comfortable with. Take a couple of breaths here, nice, deep breaths. Making sure that you are cultivating your Ujjayi breathing. And for those of you that are not familiar with Ujjayi breathing, it's an audible breath, it's an ocean sounding breath. It's a victorious breath. It's done by sealing the lips tight, which I can't do because I'm talking. But you seal the lips tight, you take the tongue and you place it behind the root. You place it behind the top two front teeth at the roof of the mouth, and you have a slight inflection in the back of the throat, like fogging up a mirror. This allows you to get deeper inhales and exhales. And when you're done, release it back. Bring both feet back to the ground. Plant the hands down by your side. Press your feet into the earth and gently lift the hips up, getting a nice arch in that back, coming to your bridge pose, trying to rotate the shoulder blades or bring the shoulder blades to touch behind you. And if you want, you can clasp the hands underneath you to get a deeper arch. You're going to breathe here. And release, and lower back down. And now, I'm going to bring the knees back in, up towards the ceiling. As I said, feet go up towards the ceiling, okay? You can flex the feet, or you can have them pointed. Me, I like to have my feet pointed, because it allows me to engage my quads a little bit more, as well as my calves. And you're going to slowly bring those legs down to a hover, and you're going to raise the upper body up, get those shoulders off, hands extend forward, and you're going to come into your hollow hold, and you're going to flutter your feet for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet come in, head goes down, feet go down, knees come together, hands come behind the head. Or in this case, if you want, you can, if it's more comfortable for you, you can have your feet max distance apart or directly in line with your hips. And we're going to do what we did before. So we're going to raise our shoulders up, and we're going to do our slight little crunches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release back down, and guess what? Legs come up, lower them down to a hover, take the arms up, and we flutter again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Knees come in, head goes down, feet comes down, hands behind the head, and guess what? We do the other side. We do the top side. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Head comes down, feet go up, hands come out, and we lower down to a hover. And then one more time with floodings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Make sure you're really pulling in that core. 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Knees come in, feet go down, relax. Take a deep breath in, and let all the air out. So in yoga, that's our hollow hold. You can also amp up the hollow hold if you want by having your arms spread out behind you. It's another way to do it. That's more of a challenge. So next, we're going to start to now do our subsidal oblique work. So you're going to bring your feet in, hands come down. But first, before we do that, press into the earth, do that little bridge pose, loosening up that lower back. Settling in to your practice. Okay, and now, from here, you're going to extend your fingers wide. You're going to bring your torso up, and you're going to try and tap your heels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, relax it down. Now we're going to work the lower obliques. How are we going to do that? We're going to keep one knee bent, the right leg goes up towards the ceiling, and if it's more comfortable for you, you might want to just cross your right knee, your right shin, over your left knee. It might help you get more pressure or more stability if you want. But if you keep that right leg extended, and we come up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can have your hand down if it helps with your 10. Balance. 1, or you can have it up. 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're twisting. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Other side. Left leg comes up. And again, you want to try and get a nice full extension. It's like rolling the shoulder off the mat. Comfortable. Okay, so left leg comes up. Again, you can have the right hand or left hand extended. So you can place it on the ground to help you get a little bit of lift. But if you're ready for the challenge, you're going to take that right hand up and you're going to reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Deep breath in. All air out. You can also sigh it out. Very good. Your heart rate should be starting to increase a little bit. Should start to feel a little warm. And we're going to our next round of heel touches. Ready? So, torso comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Deep breath. And exhale. Got one more. Okay. Right leg comes up. Are we ready? Okay, good. Right arm comes out. And you can also bring the right arm behind you if it helps. If you're looking for more of a challenge. Bring the right arm behind you, and up we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. All right. Last round, other side. Are we ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Plant the hands down, press into the earth, lift the hips up, release the abs, and breathe. Roll the chest up. Bring the chin towards the chest. Deep breath. One more. And one more for good measure. And then slowly lower down. Okay. I'm gonna roll up. Let's take one side off. Now, it should be nice and warm. And we're gonna get into our yoga flow. Okay. So, from here, we're gonna start in child's pose. So spread the knees wide. Bring the big toes to touch behind you. Sit the hips back. Walk the hands out in front of you. Lower the chest down to the mat. Lay the head down. Feel this position. Arrive on your mat. You can rotate the head from side to side. Still cultivating that Ujjayi breathing. And anytime that during your practice, if you need to stop or you want to slow down, this is a good pose to come to. It's still an active pose, even though it's a resting pose. Because you're still creating space in the body. You're still pulling that belly in, kind of churning those lower ab muscles because you're not allowing the belly to stoop down. You don't want it sticking down. You want to pull it up so that back is straight, the chest is rested, and you can get good stretch in the shoulder girdle. You should feel that right in your rotator cuff. And now from here, you ready? I'm going to shift forward, come into our tabletop. You can have your toes tucked like this, or you can untuck them. I prefer to have my toes untucked. Come up onto your fingertips. Get a nice little flexion going, loosening up the wrist. Turn the right hand out, turn the left hand out. It's kind of shifting from side to side. Getting ready for weight bear. Set the hips back, forward. Now we're gonna do a couple of cat-cow. So cat-cow is now, you can dip the belly by arching the back, and you should feel some of the work that you've done earlier with some of that core, that abdominal work in this position. Then you're gonna press into the earth, bring the chin towards the chest, push the shoulder blades apart, extend the arms, and press into your cat position. Come back into cow, gaze up towards the ceiling, really kind of sit the hips back. And now come back into your cat. One more cow, and one more cat. Okay, now from here, you're gonna walk the hands out a little bit in front of you, and tuck your toes, press your knees up. Keep your knees up, okay? Not too high, but just like an inch above the floor. We're gonna pulse here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going, 2 more sets. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more set. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now press into the feet. Then straighten out the legs. Shift the hips back. Coming into your first or your 100 downward facing dog. And from here you can pedal out your dog. Bend one knee, bend the other knee. Continue to breathe. And when you're ready, come into your stillness. Really kind of pressing into the earth, trying to get the heels as close to the earth as possible. Doesn't matter if they touch. They don't have to touch. If you want them to touch, you can spread them out a little wider. But I like to feel that extension in my calves. So I don't particularly want my heels to touch because it gives me space to continue to stretch my hamstrings and my calves as I press into the earth. Then, from here you're going to shift forward. Hold your plank. Hold it. Hold it. Keep breathing. Hold it. Focus. Keep breathing. Rotate back and forth if you like. Get a little shift going. Really now getting into the shoulders. Full extension, because now you're pulling your abs in. Hold it. Lower the knees down. Bend the elbows. Lie down. Lift the shoulders up for Cobra. Lower back down. One more time, Cobra. Press the tops of the feet into the earth to engage the kneecaps and the quads. One more time, lower down. Deep breath. Exhale out. And up we go. And now, take the hands out in front of you. Get that nice stretch going. Bring your elbows in for a minute. Come into Sphinx pose. You're like kind of dragging your body across the floor. Really feeling some looseness now. You can shift your hips from side to side because we're going to do some Superman work. Okay, still working the core. Front body, back body, side body. Okay, so walk your hands out in front of you. Bring your body, bring your chest down to the floor. Feel that pressure in the core. Lift the legs up, lift the arms up, and shuttle out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't look down, look out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hands come down. Elbows come back. Sphinx pose. Release. Deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. How was that? Was that good? You guys feel that in your lower back? Again, getting into those back body muscles, waking up that back body, strengthening it, helping to deal with any sort of lower back issues, any mid back issues. All right. Now, we're going to do something a little different this time. We're going to bring our elbows in towards our chest. So we're going to walk our hands out again. And we're going to extend and reach. It's like on 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 5. Just feeling the glutes too. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Come back into your tabletop. Work that out. You have to be careful when you're working with your lower back because there are so many tissues and nerve endings that surround that region of the body. So make sure you're listening to your body and don't overdo it, okay? If your body tells you take a break, you have to take a break. If you start to feel cramping, you might need some water. So anytime that you feel uncomfortable, make sure you stop. Okay, so our next move, we're going to come back into our downward facing dog. And, oh, wow. See, I got to tell you, I
did Baptiste yesterday. So Baptiste is a very aggressive class. So yeah, my legs are a little bit like spaghetti today, but that's okay. We're gonna work them through, okay? So now, from here, you're gonna walk your feet in towards your hands. Get a nice halfway lift, and a forward fold. Loosen out, relax that lower back. Try to bring the head in towards the knees, but again, you don't want to pull, you just want to gently guide yourself closer. If you need to, you can bend your knees. This is the modification. Bend your knees. Try to get your head as close to your knees as possible. Pulling in the belly still. Everything is involving the core. Still pulling that belly in. And now, from here, release the hands down. Slowly roll up to stand. Coming into Ardha Hastasana. Hands come to heart center. Samasthiti. And here's where you can set an intention for your practice, for what you want to accomplish. What do you want to leave on your mat? What do you want to take with you off your mat? Okay? So, take a few moments. Close your eyes. Take some deep breaths. Slow the heart rate down. And when you're ready, flutter your eyes open. Bring your hands up over your head, Ardha Hastasana. Come through heart center. And we're going to forward fold again. So I'm going to turn this way. It'll be easier for you to see. And plant your hands down. Step your right foot back. Left foot back. Come back into your plank. Pick that right leg up. Bring that right knee in towards that right elbow. Give it a tap. Step it back. Left knee to the left elbow. Give it a tap. Step it back. And we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Press back to your down dog. Gaze at your right thumb. Pick that right foot up. Stepping in between your right foot and your left foot. Stay on the ball of your back leg. Make sure you have a nice steady foundation. Sit down into your hips. Bring the arms up overhead. Coming into Warrior One with a lunge. Still making sure the core is engaged, chest muscles tight, arms back, fingers extended long. Bring your hands in together, heart center. Lean forward. Look over that right shoulder. Bring that left elbow to that right knee and twist. And you can sit the hips down a little further. Now, those of you who have advanced practices, you can stay here, spread your wings. Some of you know what side crow is. Feel free to go there. Bring your hands back. Come up. Plant your hands down. Step the right foot back. Now, you can do the knees down, lie down cobra, which is what we did before. Press up and back to your down facing dog. Or, if you're ready, shift forward, three-legged chaturanga, plant foot down, up dog, press back, down dog. Same thing, other side. Left foot goes up, gaze in between the thumbs, bring the left knee in, stay on the ball with the right foot, get your foundation, rise up. Holding that pose as if you have nowhere else to go. Like you can
you stay here all day, making sure that that leg is engaged, the chest is tight, shoulders are back over the hips, arms are up, extended, fingers wide, everything engaged. Bring your hands in together, heart center, shift forward, look to the left, bring that right elbow to the outside of that left knee, and hold, and breathe. Make sure that you're not slumping down and just resting on your thigh. You want space. I don't know if I can show you, but you want some space in between the chest and the thigh. You don't want to be like, you're not like this. You're not just laying on it. You're engaging it. So it's almost like you're arching the body forward and you're creating a space in here with a twist. So part of your stomach will touch your thigh, but you don't want your entire stomach on your thigh. So get it up, release, plant your hands down, step back. Again, you can do your knees down like on cobra, or if you're ready, shift forward, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. This time walk your hands back to your feet, rise up, Anastasana, Samasthiti, pose of stillness. So that sequence that I just showed you, you can do that as many times as you want. Remember, as I tell you one more time, I'll show you one more time. You can start with knees to elbows, or you can do one knee at a time if you want. But you're also going to step through, right? So this, from your warrior one with the lunge to the twist, you can do that both sides. Work that as often as you like, as many times as you like, and as fast as you like. All right, so last thing I want to take you through before we close for the night, I want to workshop a little something, the crow pose. Crow pose is another way to kind of work the core, and there are different ways to do crow. So, depending on where you are in your practice, again, you're going through your Samasthiti process. You're going to come down, bend the knees. You're going to bring the knees to the elbows. Now, again, making sure that you're creating space for the belly by pulling it in. Walk the hands out, and maybe you bring the knees up to the elbows. And if you just want to get into the habit of shifting that weight back and forth, that's totally fine, okay? You can just keep working until you feel comfortable to where you can put the knee on the back of the elbow, right? Maybe you get one foot up, maybe you get both feet up. And you work that until you feel like you can hold it for as long as you want. But sometimes, some people keep their arms bent. I like to have my arms a little straight because it gives me a little bit more space to work with. And then make sure you're looking out, not down. Because where you look, that's where the body goes. You're actually trying to lift the body up, okay? So, we're coming in, making sure the hands are spread wide, firmly planted, get those knees close. In order to do that, you really got to pull that belly in to create the space for that. And leaning forward, you want to get one foot up and the other foot up. So, work that. That's a little bit more of an advanced posture, but that is also a good way to work all of the core at the same time. Because you're arching that back, pulling that belly in, working those arms, and engaging those lower abs. Okay, so that being said, I want to thank you for coming to today's course. That concludes our session of Activate Albany. Make sure you tune in next time. And in the meantime, stay safe and stay active, Albany.